Things there. Look, they've split, right? They're one apiece. But what is the point? Bisping has made it very clear, I'm not coming back for a contendership or a championship. Okay. And what are you coming back for? Well, I'm coming back for one last fight. Maybe. Okay, well, you're not leaving me with much there, Mike. Or what are we doing here? Because I am a fan. So, but tell me which way we're going here. And it sounds like we're looking for one last fight, if that, and it will be a retirement fight. So taking on a contender like Rockhold, man, I don't need to see it. I just don't need to see it because it just doesn't need to happen, and I don't really believe those guys' heat is strong enough. They went one apiece. Bisping took his belt away. There was a time to do that third match. It didn't happen. GSP jumped in. I'm good. Put that one to rest. For me, I'm just saying as a fan that's going to buy the show, I don't have to see it. And I really do like what Rockhold's doing, talking about going up to 205. I like the Gus match. I like him trying to become the number one contender and then fighting his own teammate, Daniel Cormier. I like that storyline. Do any of those things fall in? I don't know. Maybe that's even a stretch. But for me, if those are the two that I'm choosing from, I'll take the latter. I'm guessing where he's coming from I think if they call him, hey, we got a championship fight for you, boom, he suits up, grabs his mouthpiece, and makes the walk. I think what he's saying is, I know the road back. I know the miles I'm going to have to do. I know the heavy lifting I'm going to have to do. And that's what I'm not going to do. So, but I will get ready one last time for one last fight. That's my interpretation, and I think I'm right. I mean, Bisping did enough. He doesn't know us. He doesn't know his legacy, if you will. He doesn't know memories to anybody. I mean, he gave a lot. And if he wants to have one last fight, I'm all for it. But I will tell you, if I'm promoting that thing, I can't put a guy who's telling me it's his last fight against a contender. I just can't. What if he beats him? Now he goes, now I lose two guys. I lose the guy that told me this is his last fight, and I lose an up-and-coming. It just doesn't make sense. It just simply doesn't make sense. Now, if you have a personal grudge in there, and you're talking about doing some great business, whether it's a one-night only or not, we could have a different conversation. But it doesn't sound like we've got that, right? And a little bit is because both of those guys spread their venom all over the place. Rockhold's just spraying venom on anybody in his way. He's all kinds of pissed off and fired up, and two different weight classes and anybody. And there's something compelling about that, but it's not directed enough at Bisping for me to believe that this is the guy. This is the one guy, and this is his one last fight. And now you got to convince me why you should get it. And the same thing goes with Bisping. He kind of spreads it around a little bit too.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And I don't believe Bisping wants to fight. That's one part where he's missed me too. I don't believe he's done a good job of convincing of us that he actually wants that fight. And when I look at it, why would he? I mean, why would he? Right? If you flip who won and lost, you flip the order of it, and Bisping lost second, then yes, I would trust that he would want that. But Bisping, I mean, even when they're even, whoever goes last goes out on top, right? So, I mean, I could tell you that I'm there with Tito. I beat him in college, but he beat me in our fight. I can't let it go. I need to, but I can't. We're one apiece. Nice thing to say, but it's not how I feel in my heart. You went last. You won. So, I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying the grudge there. I'm not buying what would be on the line, because the answer is nothing. It's not a contendership when one guy says, I got a foot out the door. In fact, I might be all the way out the door. To which I would say, thanks for the memories and a great career. But, I just don't see. And then what is Rockhold doing? We got to get a little clarity from him. I mean, is he going up to 205? He's hinted about it. He's talked about it. Now he's calling out guys at 205, which made us both go, I like that. I see that. Well, once you're kind of on board and then you get the fans on board, you're there. So go do. We need some clarity. I want to jump in whatever pool they want to put me in, right? But they haven't done a great job of telling me what pool that is. And so I'm left over here guessing. But I will tell you, and I think it comes from a respect standpoint. I respect both of those guys. But if Bisping is, in fact, on his way out, as he said, I got to take him at his word, don't I? Sure I do. Don't give him a contender. Don't give him a top contender. Luke Rockhold's a world champion on any given day. Any given day. He's a number one contender on any given day. And apparently at two different weight classes. Same could have been said for Bisping. No question about it. But not when a guy's half out, right? That's my thought.